So, you want measurements, huh? Hey y'all, APG Jamie here, and I'm happy you're here too. For this, You Need to Hear This series, episode number 31. I know rulers and measurements are not so much my thing, but I've been asked to talk about them. You know, sort of address my mindset on them. I'll start back when I had the measles. Yes, back in the 1900s, y'all. We were learning our times tables. That's what multiplications were called back then. Anywho, I got the measles about halfway through the semester, and I didn't actually learn them all. And there is some minimal, as it may be, ill feelings associated with numbers, aka math. Y'all know how math can be. And that's why I think I'm not so much into numbers, other than mostly for decoration. I know it sounds like this has nothing to do with measurements, but y'all know it kind of does. Just stay with me for a bit on this, okay? I did okay in the math area. I was able to figure out for the most part, and here's a funny fact. I aced algebra. How weird is that? I don't know how, but I did. So I wasn't that fond of playing with the numbers and fractions and just sort of fractured my brain waves. And that's why I don't do much measuring, other than a generalized use of rulers, because y'all know, they ain't the boss of me. I'm doing arts and crafts, and there is much more of a creative process to that. Yes, sometimes using a ruler is sort of required, and I'm okay with close enough. Straight edges are mostly straight with the proper thoughts when you're cutting them. I'm no rocket scientist, and pencil line widths are trimmable, or at least fudgeable for me. If the numbers are important to you, I'm happy for you, and I'm glad you're able and comfortable with them. Someone once said, probably Giorgio, that the universe is based on numbers and equations and all that. But I'm firm in the spiritual side of things because I've seen stuff that cannot be scientifically explained. Meaning those things may be unexplainable at this time. And I know just because it can't be proven doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because it can't be unproven either. Y'all don't need to naysay in my direction, because unless something, not someone, proves otherwise to me, I'll keep with my spiritual attitude and my carefree, frolic adventures with the lovely misuse of rulers and measurements. Okay? So back to the numbers of measuring. I also know that papers are various sizes, and especially scraps that we use so often. So my measures probably would not work for the ones you have. Not to mention, but I will. We may be making the same or similar project, but we may be making them to fit into an area that is of a different size. I highly encourage y'all to use measures if they make you happy. But for me, they sort of stress me out. I'm perfectly fine counting those little tick marks in my close enough is good enough mindset. As long as I'm happy with how that goes, I'm pretty sure that won't change. And if it does, I'll be sure to let y'all know. With all that wordy hoopla, y'all know I sometimes give you measurements, mostly because they were like super easy for me to translate into number form. It is perfectly okay to follow exact measurements, like recipes. It's all good to know what you kind of want and how you're kind of going to get there. I just happen to take artistic license a bit too far, too often. And I see that it's okay and all good too. The thing to remember is you make your choices and your outcome depends on those choices and how it all works out when you are done. Maybe it was the whole process that was important for you. Yeah, let's celebrate, darling. Oh, what if it was the outcome that was really, really important to achieve? Yay, baby! Let's celebrate that too. So measure away, line up on the dot, do the adding and subtracting, the times tables and dividing the solutions into whatever X, Y, or N products that make your world happy and joyful. Straight lines or wavy lines? Y'all line them up so that they work for you. Because your pencil or marker or brush is an extension of your creative self. And we all know that's what counts. Now it goes without saying, but I will, because this is my You Need to Hear This series. It's about artistic ventures, not machine shop macro 1/100th precision watchmaking rocket science type creations. Okay? Well, to measure or not only counts on your thoughts on how to use said numbers and your trauma, joy, or lack thereof of said numbering operations. Now, I'll sum this up. Thanks for listening, and happy artin', y'all. Count yourself lucky.